Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/idontworkherelady, where people tell us their craziest stories on when they got mistaken for being an employee at somewhere they didn't work. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax and enjoy some Reddit stories. Psychotic and/or drunk Karen gets violent because I don't work here lady. I am a 20-year-old male and I am German. English is not my first language, so please be kind. I went to a very well-known electronics store here in Germany, looking for some Nintendo accessories for my Switch. As I stroll through the aisle, an old lady approaches me, asking me where to find Steam cards. Since I know that, I just told her they were by the register. The nice grandma was kind to me and told me she just thought to ask because I was young and there were no employees nearby. So I helped her and went looking for my stuff again. I was wearing a red t-shirt and some really tight black pants. The shirt had Japanese signs printed on it as well, and I can't wrap my mind around how the next example thought I worked there. Now the story begins. As I pick up a nice case for my Nintendo Switch, I hear the signature ahem. There was not a single person around before, so I immediately look up. There she is, a real nice Karen, mid-50s, short red hair, and secretary glasses. Never seen anyone's face scream "Soccer Mum" more. Soccer Mum, SM, and me. Excuse me, where can I find? She reads from a note. Ben Q Zowie RL 2755. It's a gaming monitor. Oh, I actually know that. I just got one for myself. I just bought a whole setup and the store is close by, 3 hours ago. I understand why you had trouble finding the monitor since they aren't in the monitor aisle because they have a discount at the moment. I know, that's why I'm here. Here you go. I point towards the monitor after walking her to the right aisle. I have back problems. I'll need you to carry that to the checkout and my car. No please or thank you. Me not realizing she thinks I'm an employee. I can help you when I finish my shopping, but I think you can ask an employee to do that for you. Aha, and you are so sure that you're not just being lazy. Pardon? If it's not your department, I understand, but acting like you don't work here is disgusting and lazy. Well, I really don't work here. I just helped you because you asked, and I knew where the monitor you wanted was. I saw you help that lady before, I know you work here. I want to speak to your manager now. She was actually going from fake smiling to screaming in a second, and I was terrified of this woman. I told you already, I don't work here. Look at my shirt. You think that says this store name in Japanese? How can you even come to that conclusion? You're not getting out of this. Help! She literally, and I kid you not, starts screaming for help. You are insane. I start walking off at this point. I am terrified of this psycho. She had a real wild and insane look in her eyes. I don't know why, I just started walking, but I was actually scared. Of course, Karen isn't just going to let me walk. The psycho decides to, and I cannot stress enough how I've not made this story, grab with her arm around my throat in a chokehold. Now, I start smelling the Prosecco. Just out of a reaction and panic, I forcibly fight my way free of the claws of the Karen, and I elbow her face accidentally. She is screaming so loudly. I am a really sensitive guy, and out of reaction, I just start crying. Lol, I didn't know how to handle what happened at all. The soccer mum is bleeding and screaming, and I am crying. By now, employees have arrived. and customers. "Ah, your colleague just punched my nose." Me, weeping a little out of panic. "I don't work here, she just grabbed me, and I panicked, I'm so sorry." At this point, I try to see if Karen is okay and want to help her up and apologise. I'm a huge guy, 191 centimeters tall, muscular, and I easily weigh 110 kilograms. So I felt like I could have reacted better to her assaulting me other than trying to break free with full force. As I apologise while still weeping, Lamau, the psycho scratches over my face, hitting my lip, which started to bleed like crazy. Me and Karen are bleeding and I can't stop crying because my body just doesn't know how to deal with that stress. Now we are sitting in separate rooms in the store waiting for the police to arrive. The police pick up my story and give me real dirty looks and make some comments. I feel like the ground under my feet is slipping away. I still couldn't stop weeping or the bleeding of my face. After about actually 45 minutes of being scared out of my mind, the policemen come back with Karen behind them in handcuffs. They told me that they had reviewed the camera footage and that my story checks out 100%. They were taking her in anyways for actually throwing her phone in one of the employees of the store's face while waiting in that room. I'm so sorry, I don't know the context to that, lol. So they asked me if I would like to press charges too. So, awful story with a kinda happy ending. One of the worst days of my life for sure. I'm a real snowflake, that was too much to handle for me. Case is still going on. I can keep you updated, her hearing is in a couple of weeks, as this story happened shortly after the release of Smash Bros for the Switch, and German court is very slow. All I know is that she spent a whole night in custody, which makes me extremely happy to hear. When the guy was like, "Oh, I accidentally hit her in the face and then I was really apologetic," I mean, don't be. If someone grabbed you in a chokehold, just use everything you can to get out of that, in my opinion that is. Mistaken for the Manny. Here's a situation that may or may not apply to I Don't Work Here Lady. I'm half black, as evidenced by my Reddit addy. Mocha latte man. My first wife is white, Jewish, and 13 years older than I. Our son is very fair and has stereotypical Jewish look, i.e. prominent nose and Jewfro. At the time, we were living in Jacksonville, Florida, the redneck Riviera. One day, I went to a jitney jungle to buy diapers. I put our son, he was a year old, into a shopping cart seat and proceeded to the baby section. After I put a box of diapers into the cart, I made my way to checkout. As I was waiting in line, a sweet old Jewish woman came up to me and said, "What a cute little boy. My daughter is looking for a babysitter for her son. How much do you charge, and can I get your phone number?" I smiled and said, "Sorry, I'm all booked up for now." Nothing more, except that my wife and I had a good chuckle when I returned home to relate what happened. I really liked the light-hearted approach she took to that, it was really good. I don't work here anymore. My last two jobs have been at financial institutions, and I've enjoyed them both. Being the kind of service that everyone needs, we see all kinds, so naturally, there are some trouble customers. The other day, I was visiting the bank I used to work at before moving to the credit union I currently call work. For those confused by the difference between a bank and a credit union, all credit unions are banks, but not all banks are credit unions. The banks don't like credit unions using bank lingo. The credit unions think that's fine, since we don't like to differentiate ourselves anyway. Not all credit unions are connected, privacy laws, and at a credit union, you are not a customer, you are a member, and your common shares account means you own part of the company. I was closing some investments, and while I was talking to the teller, I became the recipient of a very hard tap on the shoulder. I turn around to see this lady that I had helped when I used to work there. She had a very angry look on her face. Characters: me, yours truly, cute and cuddly, nice guy, lovable, adorable, phenomenal cosmic powers, great with kids, does laundry, does dishes, and is pretty handy with electrical and mechanical. Humble AF. I didn't know I was reading a Tinder bio, what? And AL, Angry Lady. I won't call her Karen because the dozen or so ladies I know actually named Karen, including my mother-in-law, are absolute gems. There you are! I've been trying to reach you for months. Why haven't you returned my calls? Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I moved over to another institution. Well, you're here now. I need help with my mutual funds. Well, I can't help you with your investments here. I haven't worked here in almost 2 years. Don't give me that. If you don't work here, why are you here? I'm closing my accounts and taking them to where I work. Why? Are you losing money here too? No, nothing like that. It's just easier for me to... Well, you must have some good reason to move your millions in banker money, especially with the fees you idiots charge here. Full disclosure, the vast majority of my savings went toward a down payment on a house last year, and now I have debt. The remainder of what I withdrew the other day went to cover my overdraft. Well, I guess I don't need to worry about that anymore. What? Why? Because I don't work here anymore. Stop lying. You give me my money right now. I can't. You can, and you will, or I'll have you fired. You can't. Yes, I can. I know your manager. Well, I know you know him. I'm the one who introduced you to him when he transferred from another branch. Also, he's not my manager anymore since... Don't you dare say you don't... Me, being annoyed now, I don't work here anymore. I turned back to the teller, who had finished closing most of my accounts and consolidated them into one, and was preparing a draft to take my credit union to deposit it there. Somehow, there weren't any other customers in the branch, and the teller and I just exchanged smiles and eye rolls. Again with the shoulder tap, I turned around slowly. Ma'am, if you touch me again, you'll what? Finger poke to my chest. You'll close my accounts? I've decided to leave here anyway. Oh, cool. The annoying lady's eyebrows now airborne. Well, I never. Yes you did. Every day. She turned around with a huff and made a stompy hurry toward the door, but decided to make an impromptu visit to my old manager's office. I turned around to finish my business with the teller. 30 seconds later, this is what I heard. Enter the manager. You can't do that! I will not be treated this way! I want that employee fired! Ma'am, I've heard everything that went on out there. He told you at least 5 times he doesn't work here anymore, which means you are abusing my customer. According to the policy which you signed when you opened your account with us, and were told to read and not just discard, I have the right to deny you service. How dare you! That's enough, ma'am. I've already taken the liberty of closing your accounts, demarketing your profile, and charging the appropriate fees. What fees? Fees and withholding taxes for withdrawing from an RRSP, and early withdrawal fees for your GICs. I'll have a teller make a draft for you. But how will my mortgage get paid? I'm still working on the calculations for the early payout penalties. Clearly flabbergasted, the lady left the bank without another word. I could feel an icy cold death stare on the back of my neck as she glided toward the door. This guy's exactly how I would handle the situation. Just be like nonchalant about it, just like, yeah, cool. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon.